Hey, YTPC. Gonna line up a Padron. This is the 2000 series Maduro. I love Padron cigars. I've never had a bad one. Every Padron I've had has been super good. Construction, flavor, everything. Even burn throughout the whole stick. Except for one time I had one that kind of unraveled on me, and I wouldn't blame Padron on that. I'm pretty sure it was the humidor that I had gotten it out of. Might have been a little bit too moist or too dry. I can't remember which one it was, but it kind of unraveled on me, and the wrapper just kind of fell off. But other than that, it still tasted pretty good. So this is going to be a long one, I think, probably. I usually do this video like before the new year. Was in Cincinnati area for like the last 4 days of 2023, so just didn't get around to doing it before we left and like while we were there. I kind of cut that one all wonky. So I figured I'd light up a cigar tonight and kind of go through my end of the year recap. I always seem to have different categories, or I add a different category or something. Hopefully this stays lit. I might have to go refill this. There it goes. So yeah, smoking a Padron 2000 and cracked open the last of the 6-pack I picked up. It's Oberon Eclipse, which if so the original Oberon from Bell's is like a real nice summer style wheat beer, and then this is a winter something or another. I guess it's a winter ale. Maybe it just says citrus sweet, but I can't remember if it's like some kind of a wintry beer. So I had a pretty good year for pipe smoking. I found a lot of different blends. I smoked a lot of different blends. Bought some new pipes. Went to a couple pipe shows. Started the Indiana Pipe Club, which is going to be awesome. This is going to be the first full year for the club, and I have so many ideas for events, and I'm really excited to do it and share those ideas hopefully soon. Quick reminder, January 20th is the next meeting in Fort Wayne at Copper Canyon on St. Joe. I'll put links to the link tree and everything so you can go on there and join the mailing list, get the newsletters, and follow on social medias and all that stuff. I want to start off with my top 5 blends of this year, and they're all new. This is the first time I smoked them this year, so these are all I try not to repeat any blends that I've smoked. Then maybe maybe if it does make the list, it wasn't on my list like the year before, but I smoked it the year before. But maybe I smoked more of it, or it changed for me. Then it could probably I could probably add it onto my top 5 list or whatever. But these are all new blends that I tried this year that I really liked. I have one honorable mention. No particular order. I didn't really, I could probably put them in a certain order, but I just kind of went off of memory. Elizabethan mixture from Peterson, used to be Dunhill. I'd love to try to find a tin of a from the Dunhill era and see how it compares. Or I'm sure even an old Dunhill tin would be a lot different just because of the age on it and stuff. But Elizabethan mixture, GLP's Bankside. That one really, it didn't surprise me, but I guess I was really surprised on how much I enjoyed it. I knew it was probably going to be good because of GLPs. Most of the stuff that GLPs blends is really good. Even if it's a blend that I don't care for a whole lot, it's not that it's not a good blend. It's just that I don't maybe like the tobaccos in that blend. Like, I'm not a huge. I like Balkans and Englishes, but it's a certain time of the year that I really enjoy those. But I smoked Bankside, I think, during the summer or more warmer months, and I still really enjoyed it. It has almost everything. It's like it has Latakia, Virginia's, Burley's, Perique, I'm pretty sure. But it's really well mixed, well balanced, and it was one that I really enjoyed. I smoked that tin pretty quick, and I ended up picking up another one and putting it in the cellar, and might let it sit for a few years. We'll see. Next is another Peterson blend, University Flake. Always heard about that one. Always saw it. It's a Virginia Burley, which I love Virginia Periques. I've been getting into Burley blends, so I thought I'd try Virginia Burley, see how I like it, and I thought it was great. I thought it was, I think it was pretty fruity. Tons of like sweet hay, or sweet grass or something. It was really enjoyable. And then I have a buddy that sent me a pretty nice package a few months ago with a square tin of University Flake. So it's like old style square tin. So it probably has, I think it's probably from 2016 or even older. I'm excited to crack that open, in the near future. Next is Peter Stokkebye's black coffee. So much so I bought a pound. I did get to try it before I bought the pound, but honestly, I would have probably bought the pound even instead of not trying it first, because it was $10. I kind of wish I would have bought maybe 2 pounds, but a pound should be enough for me for a while at least. And I don't know, maybe I'll switch to something else in the morning, because I've been smoking it in the morning. I mentioned that in my last couple videos when I did the comparison between London Burley and Makuza and black coffee and all those. It's one that I've been smoking in the morning. I do enjoy it. It's just a good, no bullcrap tobacco. Just it's straightforward. It's it's creamy. It's sweet. It's just pretty good. Burns great. It's an enjoyable smoke, and so that's definitely one that made my top 5 this year. Haddo's Delight from 2003. I've had fresh Haddo's Delight with maybe a couple years on it. Down when I went to Mealtown at the beginning of 2023, I picked up. I was browsing through. The Pipery has a good selection of aged tobaccos, tins, and this came in a a bag, like a metal bag that it almost looks like it's a coffee bag because it's like a metal bag, and that's what tobaccos used to come in, the 8 ounce packaging. But it said 2003 on it, and I was like, I enjoyed it. I know it's one of my best friend Ryan. It's his one of his favorite blends. And so I was like, this would be a good tobacco to pick up and then crack it open with him someday. And I think I actually cracked it open with him like a couple weeks after I got back after Muletown. But 20 years on it, and it's just great. I mean, I think that amount of age for that tobacco just did wonderful things to it. It made it darker. Just I don't know what it. I mean, I guess the Virginia's kind of mellowed out, but the Perique was still really there, and it was just really, really enjoyable tobacco with 20 years on it. So I've been taking that tobacco with me to any kind of meetup I go to, just because I want people to try a bowl if they're interested. And then my honorable mention is Cornell and Deal's Folklore. I didn't. So I think that came out. Oh shoot! I was going to do a little touch up. When that came out, I think a couple years ago, it was a 16-ounce brick or something like that, something crazy. And you had to buy the full pound. There's no smaller quantity. You could go in halves with somebody maybe and split it, or get a few buddies going with you and split it all up. So I didn't grab it because I thought it was just like another English blend. I really didn't know what it was, but because it was only in that large quantity and like $64, I wasn't interested even. It's hard for me to buy that much tobacco for that much money and not the Peter Stokkebye black coffee is different. It's $10 for that much. If anything, I can pass it off to somebody else or trade it, mix it, whatever. But that Folklore was like I just couldn't do it. Not at the time. And then it released it again this past year, and same thing. With a whole brick, a whole 16 ounces of a whole pound, and I just couldn't do it. But somebody had it at the Christmas party for the Fort Wayne Club. And he had brought a bunch of tobacco, and I was looking through his stuff, a lot of stuff I've never tried before, and that was one of them. And I was like, I'll go and smoke it. I'd never had it before, might not come across it again. So I packed the bowl, and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, I could definitely see me buying 16 ounces of this and smoking it every once in a while and, enjoying it. But lucky me, I won a sweepstakes that Cup of Joe's was doing on Instagram. They were splitting a 16-ounce brick between 6 people. So it'll come out to about 2 and something ounces. And I won that giveaway, that sweepstakes, so that's pretty cool. So I should have that this week sometime, which I'm super excited because I really did enjoy that bowl of Folklore, and I was thinking next drop I might pick some up, but this 2 ounces might get me by. I might scratch that itch. So anyways, that's my top 5 with an honorable mention tobaccos of the year that I smoked. A lot of other ones that I could probably add to that list, but I just want to keep it short since I have other things I want to talk about. Next is cigars. I didn't really write down a top 5 cigars. I was just going to go through my book, my cigar dossier that's kind of messed up on the front, but I I only think I think I only put a few cigars in here. But I go to the beginning of the year. La Aroma de Cuba was really good. I smoked an Ashton Cabernet. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the JDN Connecticut. I smoked a Regis, and that was a really pleasant cigar. Yeah, I think I paired that one with a tequila, which is different for me. The Country Squire, Aganorsa, makes theirs house sticks. Was very good. Camacho, Ecuador. It's the turquoise band. That one, I smoked a lot of those this year, probably 3 or 4 of them, and I really enjoyed those. Those are really good sticks. And then I smoked the Liga A, which was fun. That was a nice big cigar and really enjoyable. And then another one I smoked, the Paulina was the brand. Yeah, enjoyed those. There's another one, I think. Ferio Tego. I knew how to find it somewhere. Ferio Tego was another brand that I smoked a few because of the blind tasting that I do once a month. I get to, enjoy a lot of different smokes and find some new brands to try, and it's been a lot of fun doing that. I'll try to put some pictures through this video with things. And I'm kind of going through a lot. This video's getting pretty long already, but thanks for sticking with me. But I got a few more things to do. Whiskeys. This year I tried a lot of different whiskeys than I normally do. I normally just pick my favorites. I got Buffalo Trace, Maker's Mark. Those are my 2 favorites. Bullet every once in a while. Turkey or Wild Turkey. So I try a lot of different whiskeys. So a few ones, no order. One being Benchmark Top Floor. For the price, that stuff is delicious. It's $13 around here. It's $13 a bottle. Very good stuff. I think I've gotten about 4 bottles of Benchmark, 2 of them being the Top Floor, and then the small batch, and then the regular Benchmark. The Top Floor is definitely my favorite. Wasn't a huge fan of the small batch, and I really don't remember the regular Benchmark, but the Top Floor was, for it being $13, that's about the same price as Jim Beam, maybe even a little bit cheaper, and it was really good stuff. Tried a new Irish whiskey called Sexton. That was really good. Really cool bottle too. It was like a hexagonal shaped bottle. Pretty neat. And then Four Roses. I think I've had Four Roses before, but I ended up picking that up here recently to try it, and it's pretty good. I liked it. I think I've tried some different ryes too. Wild Turkey 101 rye, Bullet rye. I'm trying to think of another rye. I really want to try the Sazerac, which is Buffalo Trace's rye, which I have a little story about that later on. Because I want to get into my challenge that I did, the 10 blends, 10 smokes, 10 tins, 10 smokes, whatever it's called. But I took a page from Steve Smoking Cardboard, as he did this, started the topic of it. We picked 10 tobaccos that you never smoked before, or something like that, to kind of get you to try something new or try some different stuff, or just try to get some stuff out of your cellar. That's kind of how I took it as. I think he had a different reason for his, but the way I was the reason I was doing it was I wanted to try some different blends I've never tried before, but I've always heard it's like people's favorite blends. And so some of those I took and put it on my list to make it a point to try and give it at least 10 smokes before really making a decision if I liked it or not. So I'm just going to go down that list. I did not complete the challenge. I mentioned that I think in my last video that I wasn't going to. I think I just didn't time it right. I should have did, I should have opened up a new blend every month and a half or so to be able to complete it. There were some months where I opened 2. Some months I opened 3, and then I skipped a couple months, didn't open any new ones. And I got to the end and I was like, I got 3 blends to do and it's like November. I don't remember the order of these I did in. I believe I did Amphora Burley first. And I did way more than 10 smokes of that one. I think I finished the pouch. It was so good. It was one that I always heard good things about. So I knew that one was going to be one that I liked, and I really did like it. It was because I think I ended up buying like the sampler pack for Amphora. So I wanted to try the Kentucky and the Burley and the Virginia, and they have the Cavendish or the Aromatic or whatever, and the English. But the Kentucky and the Burleys are really, really good. But the Burley one is the one I did for the challenge. But yeah, definitely one I'd probably pick up again for sure. 4th generation, 1957. That one is very strange because I did not know what it was. I didn't know what kind of tobacco it was. I didn't know it's an aromatic. But it's one of those aromatics that does not taste anything like an aromatic. It just smells like it. The tin note reminded me of like a Twinkie or like some kind of a Hostess like cake. But it didn't taste like that very much. Like it was very subtle. So it's definitely a good aromatic to try if you don't like the bitey aromatics or the maybe the mouthfeel that aromatics give you. But you want to smoke something that smells really pleasant. I definitely recommend checking that out. It's 4th generation, 1957. It's an orange tin. Mine was orange. I think originally might have been a white tin. I don't know. But that was one that I smoked quite a bit out of. Still have a little bit of that left. I have an experiment I'm going to do with the tin later on. Maybe a new video kind of series in this new year. Next on the list is Distinguished Gentleman. So that was the last tin I opened. It's like a crossover aromatic that Paladin Piper sent me. It's from E. Hoffman Company in Chicago. It was. I definitely think I think I maybe smoked 8 or 9 bowls. I might have missed the mark on that one, but it's one that I can smoke, and I can see myself smoking it, and doing maybe some yard work or shoveling the snow, something like that. Something just to smoke and not really pay attention to. Just something straightforward. It's good smelling. Tastes pretty good. A little bitey for me in some pipes or some instances. But maybe I was driving and just not really thinking about it and just kind of smoking. Byzantium was one that I picked up because there's a gentleman in the Get Piped Discord community, and that is one of the tobaccos he smokes like almost all the time. There's one other one that I might pick up to try, but Byzantium was like that's like all he smokes. And so I was like, why? I want to know why it's good. So I picked up, that comes in bulk, so I picked up an ounce of that. And it was actually really cool at the Chicago Pipe Show. Jeremy Reeves did a blending seminar, and during the seminar he blended Byzantium. And then they dried it all up and put it on the table in the smoking tent for people to try. And I bagged some of it up to take it, to actually send it to the guy in the Discord. You know, that'd be cool that he might enjoy, you know, some freshly blended Byzantium. And I put it in a bag, put it in my pocket, and I was saying bye to people. It was right when I was leaving to head back home, and I was saying bye to people. Went to the bathroom before I hit the road, and somewhere along those lines, it fell out of my pocket or something, which is a bummer. Next is Sunset Harbor Flake. Same reason I picked that up is it's Mike Murphy from the Pipe and Tamper's favorite blend. I wanted to know why. It's pretty good. It's a Balkan. I did, you know, I did videos on all these tobaccos, so you can kind of go through. I made a playlist and hear my like initial thoughts on it, and I remember that one being pretty good. I think the more I smoked it, the more I was enjoying it because I was picking up something new every time I smoked it. Same with Byzantium. At first, I was like, I'm not really sure about it, but then it kind of, I really enjoyed it after 10 bowls, to be honest. Elizabethan mixture was another one. I mentioned that as one of my top 5 for this year. I still have a little bit left of that one. I've been smoking that one even after my 10 bowls. I think I kept smoking it on and off between everything else I was smoking. But really good vapor if you like those kind of blends. Because I think that was also somebody's favorite. Another reason I picked it up. I think it's Greg, Farm Dough Hobbyist. I think it's his favorite, or at least he mentioned that he liked it a lot. I can't remember. Which Greg, if you see this, hope you're doing well. Haven't seen a video from you in a while. Next is Father Dempsey, which I'd say favorite of another guy in the Get Pipe Discord. So I ended up picking up an ounce of that to try, and it's a good, straightforward English. Not overpowering with a lot of key or nothing. You still get the Virginias and stuff like that. It's pretty good, well blended tobacco. And then this one is Winchester by Cornell and Deal. The last one in this list that I was able to do 10 smokes of. That one was, if you listen to Pipes, Pours, and Pals, it's Indiana Nate's Incredible Blend of the Week, or was one of his Incredible Blends of the Week. He said it came in, you can buy it in bulk. So I picked up an ounce to try that, and it was underwhelming a little bit. I mean, I wasn't super jazzed about it. I smoked 10 bowls of it. I tried every single pipe. I did Meerschaum, Corncob, Briar, a few Briars. I did that with most of these blends. I think the one pipe I didn't do every medium of pipe was the last one, Distinguished Gentleman. I don't think I did Meerschaum on that one. I could be wrong though. I might did Meerschaum the first smoke, and I did Briar and a couple Cobs for the last ones. But Winchester just didn't do it for me. So that's one that I have a decent amount of left. I think. Guess I gotta always give it to Nate next time I see him. And then the two that I did not get to for this challenge. CAO Moontrance and Green River Vanilla. Moontrance was on the list because I'd heard about it being a pretty good aromatic years ago. but there's also CEO is also a cigar company, so a lot of their aromatic cigars or their infused cigars transition or transfer into pipe tobacco like aromatics as well. Eileen's Dream, I believe, they have they're like little tins of like little cigarillo kind of cigars. Eileen's Dream is an aromatic pipe tobacco, and also they have I think they have a cigarillo tin of that too. Cherry Bomb, there might be cigars of that too. I know Moon Trance for sure because I had smoked a couple of the Moon Trance cigarillos before, and thought they were pretty good. I thought they were decent. So then I was like, well, I wonder what the pipe tobacco tastes like. And eventually, I think I won this in a Secret Santa thing, or some kind of white elephant gift exchange or something. But that one didn't end up not getting opened, so I'll save that for another time. And then the Green River Vanilla by Cornell and Deal, that was mentioned by the guys on Country Squire Radio. It's an episode that I always remember, because there's some episodes that they did that really stick with me. I listened to so much of that podcast. So they did their series where they paired whiskey with tobacco, and then they the last year that they did the podcast, they ended up doing where they paired tobacco with the whiskey, but then also did a cocktail and did a different tobacco with the cocktail. And so this particular episode was the Sazerac Rye Buffalo Trace, and they made a Sazerac cocktail, which is, I guess there's a couple different ways to make it. You make it with cognac or rye or both. And so I made one with just rye whiskey. It wasn't even the Sazerac, and to kind of learn how to make it. And it was pretty good. I kind of want to get some cognac to kind of try that recipe. But I was like, you have to buy a certain kind of bitters and buy absinthe, which I had no idea what absinthe was, but it's like, I only found a couple different ones at the store that I went to, and it was like $50 for a bottle of absinthe, which, I mean, if you only use it every once in a while for certain cocktails, I guess it'll last you forever. But the Sazerac cocktail, that the Green River Vanilla is what they paired that with. So I thought it sounded interesting, so that's why I picked up the tobacco, and I still never cracked it open. I was planning on cracking that one open and doing the Sazerac pairing and all that, but ended up not getting to that one. Oh no, I should have filled this up before I came out here. At 34 minutes. Yeah, so I'm not gonna. I had some other things I was gonna maybe talk about, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. I was gonna just maybe mention my reading. I was gonna maybe mention the books. I might do another video later on the books I read in 2023. Just a little recap. My goal was 17 books, and I actually surpassed it by 2 and read 19 total. So that's pretty cool. That's feels good to reach your goal of reading. It's kind of fun. I was going back through past goals, and I had, at first I had it set for 25 and only read 6. So then I dropped it down to 20, only read 5. So then I dropped it down to 15, only read 11. And then I was like, okay, I'll up it to 17. And then I got 19 this year, so I upped it to 25 for 2024. But yeah. As far as like pipe smoking goals, I started. I'm taking another page out of Steve Smoking Cardboard's book, and I made a spreadsheet. So I'm going to track every smoke, which will be easier. It'll be easy because it's a Google document. I can do it on my phone, laptop, wherever I get on my Google account. And so if I smoke a pipe on the way to work, as soon as I get to work, finish the pipe, log it in real quick. What the pipe, the tobacco, the date, I got a spot for notes and a rating. The notes is more for like a new tobacco that might be the first time I'm trying, or a sample or something. But the tobaccos that I smoke, every day, I'm not going to be putting it. I put notes, for the first time smoking it this year. But then maybe if something else changes with the same tobacco on a different smoke, I might add some more notes or something. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. And hopefully by the end of the year, I can give a good end of the year recap of, how many pipes I smoked, how many, a rough estimate, maybe how many pounds or ounces I smoked, which I think I figured it out. I smoke usually 3 bowls a day, or sometimes I don't smoke any. Sometimes I only smoke one. So if I did some math, and it was like 3 bowls a day for a year. It came in each pipe was roughly 3 grams. It came out to like 7 pounds, 8 pounds, or something. Which is a lot of tobacco when you think about it. But I know there's guys that smoke all day, every day, 7 bowls. So I guess 7 pounds isn't that much if compared to some guys. So yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna try doing, and then I have like some other like non-pipe smoking goals that I wrote down. My goal, 25 books. We started going to the gym at towards the end of the year, around November. So hopefully get back into that groove this week, because my goal for that is to just get in better shape, where I'm not, trying to lose my belly a little bit, and get down to like maybe not my high school weight, but like, turn this extra fat and stuff into muscle. And I like to run 5K. There's a 5K in May that I'm shooting my goal for, to run that 5K. Either run and jog it. Probably it's not a race or nothing. It's just a 5K. It's like a night run through Fort Wayne, the city. And then there's usually a 5K in December, like some Santa Claus ones where you gotta like wear a Santa Claus hat and a beard. And I think that'd be kind of fun. So those are some other goals for like fitness. I want to do more hiking, more camping, do some more weekend trips with the family, more date nights with my wife. I like to try to do some like one-on-one dates with like my kids. I got a hockey game coming up with my son. I'm looking forward to that one. I think I'm planning on doing the daddy-daughter dance with my youngest. My oldest probably won't want to do it, but I'm trying to figure out something to do with her. That one's going to be a tough one, I think, because she's a teenager and doesn't want to hang out with her parents that much, at least not her dad. But I got some ideas. Maybe I could be like, hey, you want to go do this? Interested in doing this? So we'll see. And then I'm trying to play more chess as well. I'll get into it where I play a lot of chess throughout the year, and then I'll just not play. I think I like wear myself out almost. I like to get to where I play a lot of chess, but not overdo it. Get bored of it. That kind of thing. But anyways, this video is super long, probably one of my longest videos. If you made it this far, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, and I hope everyone has a great 2024. I'm excited for a lot of things with the pipe community, Indiana Pipe Club, like I mentioned. Going to more shows, meeting, people I've talked to online, and Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff, and it'll be a good year for all that. Well, hopefully I'll make a new video here. I got some ideas, I guess, that I've been meaning to do with different things. So I guess we'll just see how it goes. But I try to not put too much content out. I guess trying to maybe a video once a week or something, twice a week. Depends on what I got going on. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.